see. I'm just going to start talking because whenever we first get started, it can be really awkward just waiting for the room to fill up. I guess it's not a room if it's a Facebook Live, but just Facebook in general. Well, let me see. Where am I? Where am I? This is in the right group, right? Who's with me? Where's the comments? Is it Sandra? Hey, Sandra, I'm in the right group, right? Hello, love. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Oh, there I am. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me open this. I'm just... Or do you say Yulita? No, that's Spanish. You tell me. Oh, Sandra and Julita. Look, we started doing something real fun. Oh, where am I moving my head? Started wallpapering that wall as well. I'm so excited. I guess I'm just, oh, it's all about it. Obsessed with... Hello, whoever is watching with us now, please drop a comment and say hi. Sound off. This has happened before. Mic is muted. Mic is on. Can you hear me now? The last time this happened, last week actually, no, on Sunday, whenever I was doing the last live in our challenge, I accidentally swore at the very beginning. Oops. So I just want to make it really clear that it is safe. Hi, Kitty. Hi, love. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Yulita. I was right. Only without the Spanish accent. Yulita. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's great. Last week, yeah, I dropped a real F-bomb real early doors. So I just want to let people know that, like, I managed to go the entire week without swearing. And whenever I did swear, it was just because I was reading off, like, a cool Chronicle and a sticker that I loved. Hi, Bonnie. Hi. Whereabouts in the world are you from, Bonnie? And please forgive my accent. Ooh. Well, what did I explain? What? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I am very aware that there may be little ears around people. So I'm not going to be doing any swearing or anything like that, even though I am a swear bear, as my best friend will know. You, Julie, of course you do. Oh my goodness. I know that all, because I lived, whenever I went to university, I lived in the unit with international students, and they were just responding to anyhow now. At the end, they were just so fed up of, like, having to pronounce it for people. So, Central Florida. Ooh. Who likes my accent? You like Ireland then? My friend actually told me that she was watching a Polish show. I think it's like the best places to visit. I don't know. They were doing it like after pandemic had started and everything. And I apologize for the wobbling. It is because I'm going to be tilting my screen forward as I draw. And it's just going to be like a warm-up exercise. But thanks very much. Ooh, Florida. Is it roasting in Florida at the minute? Here it's just grey and rainy as per. What is it, like 84% of the year? It's like that, and then the rest maybe sunshine, maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna just repeat what I normally repeat whenever I am talking about crafts for mental health and why it is so good. Whenever we are crafting, or whenever we are drawing or making something with our hands, it has been scientifically proven that our brain enters an alpha state. And what that means is we are incredibly focused. It is a great time for you to learn new things. It's a great time for your subconscious to just process any information, any events, anything that you have experienced, really. And it's better if you do this kind of exercise in the evening before you go to bed, I find, just personally, because it winds me down. It gets me out of the habit of, like, scrolling and looking at things. It really helps to relax my mind and my body at the same time, which makes sleep a lot easier. I explained this last week in our daily creator challenge. Whenever, like, if you don't do any crafts in the evening time, and if you are just go until bedtime, your brain is going to have to start processing all of that stuff. And that's whenever your brain's just telling you loads and loads of things, and you can struggle to sleep. So I like doing this in the evening. I can do it when the TV's on, and normally with this kind of thing, I like to do it. I'm just going to show you like a couple of examples. It's a scribbly warm-up exercise, and it is going to look, you're not going to be that impressed whenever you see the outline, but whenever you go to paint it and things like that, it becomes a lot more fun. So I like, this one has got paint markers. Where's the camera? There. I swear, last week whenever I was doing the challenge, I had my laptop because I was screen sharing, and then also like I was watching comments on my iPad, and I was just staring at my iPad the whole time replying to a girl, and I was like, oh yeah, you dope, you dope. So yeah, paint markers with this one, and then watercolor filling this one in. And I did these with pencil, but not because I wanted to erase anything. It was because I wanted to make the paint the main thing. And I've got a couple of more exercises in here. There are examples even of the exercise. Hey, I like this one. This is just like highlighters that I used. And I just use whatever art supply that I can find laying about. I like this one too. This is done with Crayola markers. Because it's really important to me that these art therapy exercises are doable, especially if you've got kids. You're bound to have some Crayola markers about the place, or colouring pencils or anything. You can really use whatever the heck you like. So this one is actually crayon and paint markers, and it really is, it's a great project if you struggle at all with perfectionism. And I'm gonna, again, like, what did I say my t-shirt was gonna be last week, Sandra? I was like, I know I've said this before, but I'm just gonna keep repeating myself because it's all applicable, right? You know, I forgot what I was gonna say. Brain fart live on the camera again. That's chronic illness brain. But these exercises are great for anxiety, symptoms of depression. It will alleviate it. It helps you process your emotions a lot easier. So, oh yeah, if you're dealing with perfectionism, I'm going to repeat again what I said. Perfectionism does not exist. It's not a thing. It's a structure that we place on ourselves. The same can be said for a person's definition of success, right? Every person's definition is going to be different. I know that for, like, there are certain rich people out there, they aren't happy with the level of wealth they have until they get to the next level and the next level and the next level. I am happy. I just am. I don't have to think I'm happy. I just am. And it's because I regularly practice these exercises. I meditate, and I have to work on my mental health. I am just genetically predisposed to suffering with anxiety and depression. So, but the important thing is that after I had my third and final breakdown, what year is this? Oh my God, it was a good while ago now, maybe 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago. I've been happy ever since, but it was then that I got the support that I needed, the therapy, discovering mindfulness, taking meditation classes. It all, like, it took about 8 weeks for me to get out of that hole, and we took action immediately. Like, as soon as I was feeling it, I was like, oh, this has happened before. Help me. And my mom came up and looked after me, and it was so good to have. So I just want to explain that these exercises are brilliant for your mental health, whatever it is you're dealing with. But specifically, it is excellent if you deal with perfectionism, because it is a loose, free-flowing, drawing with your eyes closed kind of deal. Okay, so I'm going to set myself up here, and I'm going to tilt you down. I apologize. You're going to be looking at my lack of décolletage. So I just need you to be able to see, oh, nope, wrong way, my paper. Oh, farts. So I have set like scratch paper down here, and I've blue tacked it to my table because this is a permanent marker. I don't normally work in permanent marker, and because my eyes are closed, I am quite likely to be going over the edge of the page. I'm going to just shine my light down here a bit to see if it's a bit easier. So I literally want you to get like a biro on your page. I'm using watercolor because it's my favorite, and I'll probably use Tombows to color it in. Oh, there's a bit of fluff on that. I'm going to, okay, I've got my eyes closed now, and I'm just going to start at the edge. Where's that hole? So, okay. And we work in swirls. We work in lines. We just go all over. It's a big loosey-goosey kind of thing. We are just drawing shapes. I like to try and get a pie chart type thing in every one and always miss the mark. Where am I? I've got loads of space, don't I? Yeah. Oh, smell that marker. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'm telling you that it is going to look like absolute cack at the minute, but just keep going because we are going to fill that page. Oh, off page again. We're going to fill it with pattern and color. Okay. And let me see, where am I? Okay, I've lost a bit down here and up here. Hey, Wendy, no worries. I am just explaining. This is like a really loose, scribbly exercise, but like this is the kind of artwork I've created with it before. So it is a really fun, I really enjoy this kind of exercise because it really gets me to flex my muscles. And I wasn't sure like the kind of supplies that you would have access to, so I'm just going to use regular old markers. I'm going to choose these colors specifically because in color psychology, pink is a caring and passionate color, and yellow is great for feelings of joy, which I associate it with. And orange is like health and wealth and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So I am just going to start coloring like bejesus. And this is literally the exercise, right? And I like, just a tip, whenever I put something down like a pattern or a color, I do it in threes and try to space it out so that the patterns are even across the page. And then if you are using Tombows, you can also apply water later and then what's it called, like get a real drippy loose kind of, I think you can see the way the water has just let the paint bleed. It is a great exercise, and I've done this specifically after chatting to a girl in our challenge last week. You'll remember Charlotte. I hope she's able to watch. So let's go in through here. She struggles with the thought of creating, and the point is to just start and enjoy the process and experiment with your supplies. My favorite thing is to see how my supplies interact with one another, how water interacts with the color. Where are we? Here, how water interacts with the color, and also just my abilities. And I've been able to see over time the vast improvement. So I'm just gonna do this. And as I say, I don't normally do it in thick black marker. I just wanted you to be able to see it. And again, it is great because for perfectionism specifically, because whenever you close your eyes, you are just trusting the process. And sometimes as creators, that can be incredibly difficult to do, but we don't grow until we start. And I know that a lot of folks are also afraid of failure, but I really have to tell you that we don't grow in life until we fail at something or we experience something. You know, the most charmed people in life usually don't have a flipping clue. Like, you can tell those people, especially as whenever you're chronically ill and you get someone who's had a charmed life, like no real struggles to speak of, to be honest, you can tell. And that's nothing on them. They're incredibly lucky, and I am pleased for them. Really, I am. But some of the things they say can be quite insulting, just because they have no reference in how to deal with chatting to somebody, and can also be quite patronizing. Let me see. Let's try some yellow. So if you have any specific questions to ask, I am absolutely here for answering mental health and mindset questions or anything to do with creativity. It is important that we are able as a community to build like this little library with our lives. Sorry, I'm talking to you as if you can see me. With our lives, because people who need access to mental health services aren't getting them, both in the UK and the US. And it is really important that we invite folks in if we think that they could do with the help. Obviously have a word with them first. Don't just like start adding people to the group. But if you think that they could benefit with just having a chat with me on a Friday evening, I am going to be here. I am going to be doing different exercises to target different things. Example, like all of these are great for... Do you think the adult coloring books are out everywhere? That's about... Yeah, the adult coloring books, they've also been scientifically proven to be really good for you, because whenever you're coloring, again, you're focused on the one thing. Your brain is able to download all that information that it has not been downloading and processing, and not just that. Oh, paint markers. Ooh, sorry. Wasn't expecting to find those in there. Yeah, the coloring books are excellent because whenever you finish a piece, not only are you getting all the benefit of your brain being in that alpha mode, but also whenever you finish a piece, you're getting a big old boost of dopamine into your brain, and that is fantastic for your mental health. So if you enjoy coloring, I would go ahead and order a couple of those, or you can download. Oh, Jesus, what was that? Oh my God, a bit of cardboard. Yeah. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, this is, oh my goodness, you've missed a bit. You can restart it if you want, and then we'll catch up. But this was done, like the scrolly bit was done with my eyes closed, which is why it's great for dealing with perfectionism. Bonnie, your friend, is absolutely right. It would be incredibly relaxing and also soothing for her. I think as well for your friend, she might benefit from doing like self-soothing collages. So if she finds things overwhelming, like a wee journal with images that soothe you and make you happy. Like if I were to do that, it would be full of bloody kittens. Oh, look at the baby kittens or puppies. Just and things that make you feel calm and happy. And even color therapy, she would do really well with what's it called? Sorry, I'm trying to get a bit of fluff off my marker here. She would do really well with maybe getting a canvas and painting it into colors that she absolutely loves and like makes her feel calm and peaceful. So for me, that would be like a lilac. Hi, Sharon, don't be worrying about it. You can always restart, and these videos are going to stay up. As I was saying earlier, I really want this to be like a wee library of art exercises that people can do for the sake of their mental health. And I will label each one the specific like benefit. So this one is great for if you deal with perfectionism, because you have to draw first with your eyes closed, and it is just a wonderful warm-up exercise even before you paint. Yeah, welcome, Sharon. I hope you're feeling better today. I know that especially this lockdown, it can have a different effect on different people. Oh, look at all the pink. Woo-hoo. So, oh God, I think I need to stop maybe buying paint pens. Maybe, just maybe. So I know I started with 3 colors, but I am staying within my palette. So these, or no, 4 colors I started with. I started with pink, yellow, and orange. Wait, then I would. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Honestly, if it wasn't for me scheduling these lives in, I would also be eating dinner at about this time. And the videos will always stay up so that you can come back, you can rewatch them, and you can do whatever you need to do. And I'm just gonna continue to like keep reminding people of the benefits of this kind of thing. And if you know anybody who could benefit from this kind of help, or even just chatting with me, go ahead and you can just ask them if they want to be added to the group, and you can invite them. That's no bother at all. Everyone is welcome. And I truly mean that. It's really important to me that you feel safe in this space, because I know I definitely need that t-shirt, Sandra. I know I've said this before, but Facebook really can be a horrible place, especially if you're disabled. People are not kind. So this is a safe space. If anyone does happen to be rude or nasty or fucking sorry, oh my God, I swore. I'm so sorry. These ones are Tombow Twin Tone. This one's just a highlighter. This is a Sharpie one. It's kind of small. And these are Uni Posca paint pens. But I don't normally do it in black marker. I like to do it in like crayon and pencil. Here's like a crayon-y, pencil-y one. And then just wreck the place. Wreck the place. Just cover it in paint. And then like Pippers was lying on one of my cardigans earlier and turned it inside out. And I was like, well, how did I get paint in there? It was like just in the sleeve. And then I remembered, oh, it was on your hands, you dummy. Also, I think Pippers might be not well. I don't know. I think she might have a wee kidney infection, maybe. And if she does have to go to the vet, my husband is not going to be able to go in with her, and that's going to be pretty terrible. The worst. So how has your week been? Let's just check in. Mine has been busy. We were running the Daily Creator Challenge last week, which was incredible. If you had told me like 2 weeks ago that I would be really shifting my focus away from my website, not totally away from my website, but like where I spent most of my time. Yes, correct, Charlotte. I drew the black pattern first with my eyes closed. And then this is like scratch paper, a blue tack to the desk, but normally I've got pen and crayon everywhere. And like the most common thing that I say in my house is, Claire, you're the reason we can't have nice things. Sometimes I yell at the poopers too, but it's mostly me because I am an absolute messer. And this, because it is an eyes closed kind of thing, it can be very scary. But the point is to embrace what you create, and then we fill in the patterns. And as I said it at the beginning, that I try to group in threes and spread it out so that the patterns and the color are even. Oh no, I think I might need to get some refill ink for this. Ooh. Yeah, I think I do. I go through these like nobody's business. Actually, there's quite a bit, but they're great. Well, it depends. Bonnie, this one I did pencil first, and I didn't want it to be as visible, but like this, I'm doing this with marker and pens. You can use this and then like use it as a template and collage over the top of it so that you have then got like an abstract piece. And in the examples I was showing earlier, what's this one? This one was just like a really light scribbly pencil one, but I didn't go over the sides enough, so it kind of looked a lot different. The point is to experiment. And also, oh, by the way, if there's any issues with the audio, can you let me know? Thank you. I know Sandra is probably going to be on top of it. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, so this one was probably the boldest one that I've done, and it's black crayon. But yeah, it can blend together if you use pencil. Oops, dropped my pen. Careful. Oh no, what have I done? Moved it. That's what you did, Claire. That's what you did. So I'm just going to keep going. And I really do. Well, I've done some mandala pattern on canvas. Oh, Sharon, I love canvas. Yeah, I have a mandala coloring book available for you in the library if you want to download it. I'll make sure that I'll actually need to check that it is in the library on the website and not on Gumroad, but I'll check and find out and I'll give you the link later. So let's try a little peachy. So I just want to add more color. Obviously, this is going to be faster if you're using paint because you can obviously color a large area much faster. That's pretty bold for a peachy color. That's kind of similar to that. Oh, wanted it to be a bit brown. Cheapers, I'm getting warm. Ooh. I don't use this one often, but I like it. So my favorite thing actually to do in art is making marks. And that is by using the tools that you have and experimenting with like the different nib sizes and what they can do. It is lots of fun. Let's try it in here. This is a big area. And then around here. It really is very liberating. That's why it's such a good warm-up exercise and if you're going to create artwork. And even just with this marker, there are different types of patterns you can make. You can make small, skinny ones with this side. You can make long, skinny ones with the other side. Oh, and then do that in threes. So let's go in this corner. And where else? You skinny one in here. This is why this is such a good exercise for perfectionism because it truly is about experimenting with like what you've got. And you can even, oh no, need a, is there not a brighter one? Oh, it must be downstairs. Oh, there. It was, oh, oh. See the way you are saying you're jumping to make a final piece? The destination is never, ever what you want to focus on, okay? It's this part. This is the bit that's important, not the finished piece. And while it is great to have finished pieces that are beautiful, I do have some cack that I can happily show you. I think actually you may have left last week to attend that thing for your sister on Zoom, but I had some like crappy artwork that I've torn out of journals. Like I showed you this, I've kept it, but like there's stuff I have done that I'm not happy with. But it's the entire part of the process. Let me look. I've definitely got cack in here as well, 100%. Oh, there's another one that I tried doing. Ugh. Oh no, you can't. I'll show you at the end. I'll show you at the end because it's the bigger journal. I'll keep doing this. Yes, as I was saying, there's no such thing as perfection. It doesn't exist. And I think that it comes from comparing yourself to others. But like I explained in my presentation last week, if you don't know somebody's background and you don't know their experiences, yet there's a chance that you have a completely different life story to them, which is absolutely fine. But it makes no sense to compare yourself to that other person. Oh no, I've done that one there. Let's go in here. The wee weeny ones. Like it truly doesn't make sense to compare yourself, and it's not fair on you to do that. You're absolutely right, Julita. Julita. Ooh. Oh yeah. Also, a great thing I like to do whenever I'm thinking of artwork, your artwork. Oh shit! I would have. Oh, sorry, I've done it again. Darn it. Is layer. We are layering, right? The best artwork is all about layers. I will try and get my big canvas down at the end, and I'll show you what I mean. Like that big canvas was repainted at least 6 times, which is the joy of art. Is I wasn't trying to create something perfect. I was just doing it because I was compelled to. And I really did make a lot of tripe before I was able to settle on what I liked. And I like most making marks. And marks can be scribbles, lines, triangles, shapes, testing, what do you call it? Supplies, using, what do you call those trees? The evergreen trees that have the bristles, like you can use those as a brush. Yes, that would be very good. Red, yeah, it would be good. So if it doesn't, but yeah, but the point is you're not supposed to imagine anything. It's very much a go with the flow, kind of let's see what happens situation. And I understand if you deal with anxiety issues that can be incredibly difficult to do. And I remember like I was where you are and I asked my counselor, yeah, but how? And he recommended then going to meditation workshops. And I've been looking into developing my own like meditation scripts for specific issues to try and help even more. But if you need a good introduction to meditation, then oh shit, I've done it again, I swore. Sandra, why would you let me swear? Oh no, I've made it worse. So I painted the table yellow, no, pink, and then I tried to mark it with my hand, which was covered in yellow paint. See that? It's about making mess, and I don't care because it can wash off. And if you don't like a piece of art that you create, you can always create another. The point is you want to relax your brain, and if you can get to a point where you are relaxed and ready to go with the flow, I would suggest doing this exercise quite regularly. So let's see, I could probably add more black marks. So making marks probably, oh yeah, crosses is really good to add. And this is the time, whenever you're focused on doing things like this, that your subconscious has time to do the work that it doesn't otherwise get to do during the day when you're all go, go, go. And I also realised that I'm going to have to amend my wee thing from up front where I said I wasn't going to swear, because I've done it about 3 times now. I'm so sorry. I'll just get used to wear earbuds next time, or headphones. So it took me a lot of practice to get to the point where I am able to go with the flow. I've been doing guided meditations regularly since my last breakdown there about 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And I don't always do it. I can fall out of like the habit of doing it, but whenever I don't do it, I really notice it. Oh, what are we laughing at now? Are you laughing at me swearing like an idiot? Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I really like making marks like those wee crosses and repetitive shapes and stuff. And I'm starting to like how this is turning out. Is turning out. I can barely speak. What time is it in Florida, Bonnie? If you're still here. I know California folks are on Central Time. Oh, you are still here. There you are there. So let me go, I think, in the middle. Oh, is it safe? Probably not. Got a bit of scratch paper or something. Let's use the Post-its. Hands up if you got... So I was asking what time it is in Florida. My auntie and uncle have been going to Florida every single year for like the past 15 years, I think. Yeah, 15 years. And I always get her to fill her suitcase with tons of stuff from Michael's. And because my birthday's in the summertime, I always get loads, and it's great. Yes, please. And it had gotten to the point where she's just like, just send me your shopping list. Don't make me guess. Like, yes. Have to. Oh, okay. So you're like Eastern time. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Claire, you donkey. Let's go more lines. Does anybody want to suggest some shapes for me to start drawing and doodling? So, as I was saying, an excellent relaxation exercise. Oh, actually, what have you done this week to relax? That's what I'd like to know. I know Charlotte's been running her butt off for a cancer charity, which I am so proud of, but also look after yourself, please. Where do we go next? Let's try some big F off markers. Let's go long lines this time. Circles. Okay, I'll do circles in a wee second. Have you got a color just to shout from what I was using? I feel like I'm hosting Art Attack. This is brilliant. Oh, if you're not from the UK, Art Attack was a TV show from the 90s hosted by a guy called Neil Buchanan. And if it wasn't made out of PVA glue and toilet roll, he didn't make it. No, he did. He was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. And I really loved art. And I really wanted to study art whenever I was at school. But my best friend that I kind of made at age 13, just as we were moving on to that phase where you choose your own subject, she was a great artist, and I was just crippled with comparison. And then I didn't do art. I ended up going to technology and design. Boring. Yeah, those chonkers are brilliant. I absolutely love them. Where's the other one? I was using the yellow. That's actually, the big chonkers are what I used on the big canvas that I'm going to show you. I ended up using Tombow markers and using the white chonkers to just create like pastel shades, and I did mostly finger painting, which was so much fun. And oh yeah, circles, forgot. Did you choose a color? Orange. Orange paint or orange just regular? Chunker. That's not the actual word. Like chunky, like the way you would say dogs and cats are chunky, just big chunky ones. They are called PC17Ks. I buy mine on eBay. Yeah, they're by that the Uniball company. They are fantastic. So I got a ton of them off eBay. I wasn't too keen on the navy, but I really like them. They're a lot of fun to use. Lots of fun. Only that pink, that one. And orange. You wanted orange. No, what did you say? You pick. Okay, I'll use this one. Oh, actually, I quite like doing that and filling. Ooh. We got Loosey Goosey, some super compact ones. Let's go in this line here. So it isn't until you experiment with your supplies that you discover what you like. Do any of you keep art journals at the minute? Well, I don't know, but I have gone, like, I haven't used this one since I got it, and I think if you, because you can switch out the nibs and you can buy new nibs, and like you can turn them round. What's like licorice all sorts? These colors. So yeah, I've had these about a year, and I don't remember the last time I used black or navy, and they're still good to go. I'm pretty sure they are anyway. Oh, no more paper. Let's go on this here. Yeah, perfect. Super inky. Okay, so I've done 3 of those. Let's do the filled in circles this time. Charlotte, do you remember Art Attack? Did you ever watch that, or was that a wee bit after your time? Although I will say, Horrible Histories came out whenever I was an adult, and I watched every episode of it, even though it was a kids show. Oh my goodness. I went back and watched nearly every episode earlier on. So for sketchbooks, I really like, if you're just keeping an art journal, I really like Art by Marlene by Studio Light. Where's the other one? So yeah, Art by Marlene by Studio Light. Ooh, so pretty. I didn't do that, she did that. Ooh. And then really high quality watercolor paper on the inside. They're great. Yes, I love Tony Hart. I remember I was watching a show the other night, and they were talking about, no, it was the big fat quiz of the year or everything, and Tony Hart was the answer, and it was like, what did Tony Hart have to deny he did this year? And Stacey Solomon was like, oh no, he didn't, did he? But it was him having to come out on Twitter denying he was Banksy, and then everyone was like, yeah, but that's what Banksy would say. I really like this lemony color. Let's go with some black now. Oh, sorry. My fingers can get kind of gross because of my condition, so sorry. They're just bent in funny ways. Ooh. And then obviously whenever you finish, you can always go over it in pen again if you really do want to outline what you've done. I really enjoy adding metallic colors as well. I think creating or keeping an art journal is just such a good thing, because you can also just store favorite things that inspire you, or I've torn things out of magazines and just stuck them in. The idea, yeah, something like this is great to do in the evening time, but you can also do it in the morning if you really have to. Like I like to do this in the morning while I'm listening to a workshop, because I'm actually able to recall more information, and it's been scientifically proven that does happen. And it's great if you doodle, like if you're on a phone call and doodle, you're far more likely to remember the contents of the call. Because I suffer from just epic brain fog and seizures, I've had a very big fear for the past few years, not few years, flipping decade, that my brain's just turning into farts. That's all it's going to be there. Whenever I turn 60, it's just going to be like a jar full of farts. So I try to read it's like a Dorling Kindersley, is it Dorling Kindersley? What do you call those DK people? What's the word? I can't remember. They've got like an easy memory hacks book that I like to read. And it has got all these scientific studies. And it was whenever I discovered about the real power of crafting and creativity for your mental health. Facebook, of course, knew before I did, but like there was a thing on Facebook where a lady had asked a question, and it literally had just shown up in my feed, and it was in a Facebook group about being a vegan / vegetarian, which I am because of my IBS, of course. But she was just asking, what could I do to get you guys more involved in activism? And I was chatting with another lady in that wee thread saying, oh, my husband and I were big activists before like I became disabled, but now he goes as like my stand-in. And then I had mentioned, oh, you could try influencer psychology, like trying to see what you could do to get people more involved. And she, for some reason, took that as an insult. And I had not looked at her profile. I did not know who she was. It turned out she was a counselor. That was her job, was listed as that. And she then, like, she just lost the bap. And I know there's two sides to every story, but I like, what the hell? What? And it ended up that there were people in the group going, why are you bullying this disabled woman for actually giving you a right answer? And the only thing that I could figure out was that she was like offended. I didn't realize she was a counselor. I really don't know. But the fact that she bullied me wasn't the issue. It was the fact that she was a counselor and she had done it. Like, it shook me. I felt unsteady. And whenever you meditate for a long time, you can really feel grounded. You feel real roots growing in there. And like a tree, whenever something comes along, my tree will shake, but my roots don't. But whenever that counselor thing happened, my flipping roots were shaken. And it was a long time of journaling and a long time of meditating and reflecting, like a few months. And then learning about the scientific reasons creativity and crafting is great for your mental health, that I saw an ad to study to become an art therapist. And I was like, heck yes. If spoonies cannot trust medical professionals, who can they trust? And I was like, we can trust each other. So I am totally dedicated and here for providing accessible art therapy for those who need it. I've connected with a counselling group on Instagram, and they provide therapy at the moment with their licensed therapists for CBT and DBT. for disabled folks, for the disabled community. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to get my license so I can start working with them and offering my services to just help. Because for the past, like whenever I got sick in 2009, like until last year, I was going through it on my own and it felt very isolating, just incredibly isolating. And I was putting a mat on artwork. Putting a mat, what? Like a matte finish? What do you mean, Bonnie? I love your name. It'd be great if it was in a Scottish accent, but I'm not going to do that because that would only offend Scottish people. Yulita, you have some of those wee crayons, don't you? They're kind of like gelatos. You loved them, didn't you? I never ended up getting some, but I definitely want some. So feel free to send me your link so I can order them. Oh, a frame? Oh, yeah, a mount. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I ended up, I have a degree in photography and design, and we did, what do you call those places? Art gallery shows at the end of each year. So I ended up learning how to frame, and yeah, gelatos are lush. Doesn't it, a bit? I suppose it's all the, bit like treble clef. Yeah. Music gone mad. It looks a bit busy. I think I need more solid color. She's lost her mind. I need to order some more pastel things of this as well, I think. Yeah. And as I said, as a warm-up exercise, this is really great to do, especially if you're working in watercolor, because you can do it all so much faster. And as like watercolor cheats, I just use Tombow markers, but I know that if some folks think that they're too expensive, which is absolutely fine, but they are the best markers for mixing with water. But it also depends on the substrate that you're using, like the page. So let's just, it's a bit uneven there. Can I fit that in there? Oh, justified. Go off the side. I've got a couple more bits to fill in of solid color. What color? Pastel pink, maybe? See what happens. Oh my goodness, Charlotte, I will happily write you a list of my favorite art supplies. I have tons. That's probably, Yulita, you know, Adele had asked that question about what do you have too much of? I've been thinking about it for days. Art supplies, that's what it is. I do like general crafting, but I think art is my favorite thing to do. I think journals are my favorite thing to do. I'd love to work on canvases, but I don't have the space. And I don't really know. It's painting has been such a personal thing for me as my therapy. Like there's a lot of PTSD that goes onto my canvases, and I don't know if I'd be able to part with them. Okay, where did I just do that? That's kind of like a corally color. Let's do tiny dots in here. So like wee tiny rectangles. What an odd shape, but I like it. So I hope that you got something out of this exercise. I am going to show you my journals here in a wee minute, and I'll talk you through. I can even do a separate wee video on supplies and my favorite ones to use. Let's go with lines here. There you go. Farting about. Lots of farting about. I think down here needs to be a bit busier, but other than that, I'm happy with that. It's mad, not my usual style. I like it. I like it. But this one's my favorite, I think, just because it's all the color. All the color. So just going to pitch up to my face again. Hi. Hi. Careful. Careful. Okay. So, oh, Jesus. Okay, this journal is a Dawn, what do you call her? Yulita, do you remember? Dawn DeVries, Donna, it's by Ranger anyway, and I don't recommend it. Only because it's like a manila colored paper, and I don't enjoy that. It's also a bit big. I don't like things A4, so this is the beginning. This is literally printables. Choked. Now, this is not a finished journal, it's an ongoing piece. What I like to do as well is also not work in order. I randomly pick a page and paint in it. But you'll see, like, there was years went by. I started this in like 2017, and then a couple of pages later, it's like 2020. And it's just painting, making marks, playing with supplies, exploring with what I have. Was that 2018? I moved on quite quickly. That one, I took a class. That's great, Bonnie. That is good news. This, I am gutted that I put it in because I hadn't sealed this paint. Oh, love her. This is a poem that my friend wrote to me. It's Ode to Claire. My old housemate, Kieran, before he moved to Scotland, said, "Oh, Claire Bear, why are you not there with your hair? Do you not care? Can you not bear to see my face about this place? Do I disgrace?" But it's not the case. Something you're in frame. You may DM what? In underpants, but as you prance, what I'd like is not a bike, not a hike or a bike, or a dyke called Mike on a trike, but to have you here with your hair because I care, dear Claire Bear. He's in Egypt, loving to bits. Rebecca, that's your Kieran. Hugh Picage, he signed it as well. So this is one of those just ripped out of a magazine. Wasn't really feeling creative, and I just went over it in white pen. Do you know what? If I rolled back, it would be easier. Claire, you donkey. Write me a poem. Is that what you're going to do? So this, I got a new pen. Oh no, actually, it was this marker. This marker and a Uni Posca pen. And this one is a jumper that I own, and I love it. And I also love lilacs, but my auntie talked me out of planting them because they only bloom for a short period of time. Again, these are the two warm-up exercise. That one done with highlighters only, just officey highlighters. And then this one, these dots here are actually decoupage tissue paper. This one was from a painting class that I did. Oh shit, oh shit, oh! More swears, I'm so sorry. There we go, we got into 2019 pretty quickly as well. And these pastel backgrounds that you see, they are Tombow markers that I've then put Uni Posca like white paint over the top of. And it's all about experimenting with what you got. Right? This is decoupage craft paper. I don't think I've ever shared this. I haven't taken pictures. This was a canvas that I was going to do. So it's actually, no, I was painting on a mirror, if you're from Northern Ireland. It's my butterfly. And these are the colors that I was going to do. You laughing at me swearing again. Look, it's just the way I am. And again, just mark making because it is about the process and I embrace everything. This is actually one of those Uni Posca, the big black marker. And these bits, I literally just went out and around whenever it was kind of had less paint on it. And I love the effect that happened. And you don't find those things without experimenting. And this was the scratch page that I was just cleaning the marker on. Big chunky pen. Chunky! Thanks. And that flower painting class that I did. Oh, choked. Ooh. Where are we at now? Making marks, it really is. It's so easy to do. It's quite hard to hold this up, sorry. Where am I? Hang on, I couldn't. Ooh! Oh, I learned how to say swears in Polish and I've forgotten every single one of them. Darn it. I must contact my friend. Again, like this isn't finished. This is just like, I like to paint backgrounds and then go away and leave them. I've got an entire drawer full of backgrounds to paint on top of. And I really like succulents. My husband brought me home a succulent in a lovely plant pot that I have behind me actually. And craft paint, farting about. Thank you so much. Oh, hear that? That's Mod Podge. That's the sound of Mod Podge stuck together. But this was a napkin. Beautiful napkin. And this was me attempting to do that one stroke painting. Thanks so much. I love doing flowers. That's really, I love doing flowers the most. There is one of my journals and like beautiful artwork on one side. And then on this side, I was like trying to clean my brush and I accidentally painted a wee tiny William balls. Whoops. I showed my husband and he was like, so proud of you. I was so proud. This is some flowers that are ready to be painted. As I was saying, it's all about layers because layers can add texture and do so much. Again, just farting about, playing with shapes, playing with backgrounds. Yeah, napkin. Sorry, it's my accent. More backgrounds. I think this was gold, but I didn't like it. And then it turned into like a weird olive green color. Whew. And this, I was experimenting with something. I think it might have been, I had water on these bits here, and then I was just adding a ton of like watercolor. For the napkin, I did use Mod Podge, yeah, or the Deco Patch stuff. I think this is one of my favorites that I did. I might go ahead. Oh no, I've dropped more stuff. Again, more backgrounds to be built upon. Done using watercolor. I really didn't enjoy, as I said, oh no, that's scrapbook paper. It's really difficult to do. I think this is the end of this journal. But like, and some of my favorites kept in the back for inspiration. Ooh. Well, that's great. Thanks, Bonnie. My favorite size, this kind of size or this kind of size. So this is like an A5 and this is A6. I'd never used A6 until I bought this journal. I absolutely love it. And now my mum gets me these Studio Light Art by Marlene journals every Christmas and birthday. Got another one here that is brand spanking new. Actually, that'd be a good one to show you, the one that's actually empty. They all come, these ones. You can take the pages out. You've got a wee pouch to save your stuff in. And then it's really like 300 GSM watercolor paper. And these ones I love in particular because you finish your pieces so much faster. So you can see I've got stuff in the back of this one. I've still got cutouts, magazine cutouts. So I might end up clipping this video. Oh my goodness, I've been here an hour. How the time flies. I'll finish after showing you this one, but this is like a mark making thing. And I keep one of my totes from the Dream Box under my couch. And it is full of just, it's got one watercolor thing. Normally this, yeah, it's a little binder. I've got a bigger one as well. Where'd it go? I was playing with it earlier. Oh, there. Here's the other one. Sorry about me old creaking. This is a larger version, which I also enjoy muchly, but this one's great for fitting in your handbag. I'll shut up and go away after this one. So where am I? Yeah, so I'll just keep going. Because I did tell my husband, I was like, oh, maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes probably be fine. I'll clip this video so that my art journal tours are separate. And this one is actually, there's a canvas, a big canvas like this in my living room that I absolutely adore. So you can't see because the light's hanging off it, but these are just lots of fun. And again, you don't like do any of these without a lot of trial and error with your supplies and knowing how they work, how they interact. This began as a self-portrait and then didn't look like me at all. It was like a Jane Davenport stencil. And this one, also a stencil over the top. This is, I think, collage pieces on top. Just going to keep going because I'm sorry I took up so much of your time, but learning how to just relax and go with the flow is important. I really like this page, and it's not normally my color palette. Like my color palette would be pink, yellow, and blue, like turquoise, aqua blue. This one, I still have to build upon this one. Circles, mark making. Oh, this was a stamp, a Prima stamp. You could get started with stamps if you have trouble drawing, and then paint around those. That would be good. A wee bookmark. This was a box of a Jane Davenport thing, and the pattern on it was lovely, so I just kept it. And I like these layouts. Thanks so much, Wendy. I really haven't shared much of these. I should probably take some pictures, shouldn't I? I'll not show you that one. I'll go through that one another day. What did I want to show you there? I want to show you something else. It's gone. What kind of stamps do you like using? Oh yeah, I know. So I already have a video, okay, of art therapy exercises that are great for relaxing. This is one of them. It's like a body scan meditation, and I will make sure, like this one, she looks quite sick, but I've provided this template for you to use as like your own body. And then I walk you through the meditation kind of feeling and the colors that you're imagining breathing in. And then the color, so whenever I'm breathing in, I am breathing in light blue. And as it just, the color will flow through me, it will fill my body, it will absorb any negative thoughts that I'm feeling, all of this through visualization. And then it goes out as like a purple haze. And again, because you're focused on it, it is a great exercise. And what we're trying to do is train ourselves to not react. Like, and if you have meditated before, or if you're new to meditation, it really is excellent. The idea isn't to not think. The idea is to accept your thoughts when they arrive with love. And just like if I am trying to meditate and just a random thought comes in my head, I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. I'll get back to you later. And I imagine I have to visualize myself like putting the thought, I'll like wrap it up in a picnic blanket, shove it in a box, place it on a cloud, and then just like throw it away. I am very receptive to visualization techniques. They really do relax me, and I really do recommend watching that wee cartoon Headspace on Netflix. It's translated into different languages, so it's available in Polish as well. My friends already checked it out and loved it. And it's really good to just watch, and it teaches you how they learned the things that they learned. The guy who's hosting it went away and became a Buddhist monk for years, and then he developed the Headspace app to bring meditation to the masses. And I really do recommend it, and I can't wait to do this again next week. I won't take up as much of your time, and if you have any questions about any of the art supplies or anything like that, go ahead and ask those, and I will write up a wee list or whatever, Trevor. Oh yeah, my canvas was the last thing I wanted to show you. Oh, excuse me, lads. Let me see what's on top of that. Hooks. Right, there might be an almighty crash. Oh, there's a paper flower. That's what it is. So I've had this canvas for years. I'll actually show you the back of it because I had to repair it after I poked some massive holes in it. So I used a decoupage and just book paper on either side, and then I gessoed it. But this is my massive canvas, and I love it. And it is something that I worked on for months. I just came and made a few marks, like a bit at a time. You've invited a couple of friends. Fantastic. I'm really thrilled that you were here. I am so grateful for you. If you make any art this week or do anything for the sake of your mental health, please share it on the wall in the group. I would love to see it. And I am so grateful. I really am so grateful. I was fully expecting to just be chatting to Sandra for an hour. So, well, 20 minutes, as I said. Told the husband to prepare the snacks for when I come down. Thank you. I wasn't sure, like I would really love to, as I said, in the Daily Creator Challenge that I did last week, whenever you are finding your purpose, like your purpose could be, I want to create art on canvases, number one, for the sake of my mental health, but number two, I can sell those pieces and then give 50% to charity or 60%, however much you want to give to charity. And I find for me personally that having a purpose of you makes me so much more productive and effective and more determined. Brilliant. So you can rewatch and you can flip through. I will see how easy it is to clip down videos. I haven't done it before that much, so I'll see, because I realize an hour is a really long time. And if I can get like wee clips and wee sections of nuggets of info and also the exercise itself, I will do that. But thank you so much for joining. It's been brilliant having you here, and I am just about to go and stuff my face with crisps. Thank you.